Hello viewers, welcome to the wonderful world of Planet Coaster. Today I will be showing you how to place paths, delete paths, do some terrain work, and the camera controls. In the next video I will be showing you how to place flat rides and how to put cues on your flat rides. In the video after that, I will show you how to place coasters and build coasters. That will be a two-part video, with one on building coasters, the other one's on building good coasters with that get good test ratings. I'll also be explaining the test ratings throughout the ride placement videos. I'll do a video on track rides. It'll be pretty short because it's more or less the same as placing coasters. And then I'll do a couple videos on shops and how to decorate your park and how to make the best park and stuff. So first we're just gonna need a park, so we're gonna have to press play and we're gonna go into sandbox. And then I forgot to mention, I'll do a video on showing scenario editor. And then career and challenge are basically career, you get a starting park and then you get a certain amount of money and then you have to build a successful park that makes a profit and you get goals and stuff. Challenge, you start off with nothing whatsoever and then you have to build over from that. And you get a limited amount of money and you have to make a profit and stuff. But we're going to go to sandbox and we're just going to pick a desert and we're going to call it I don't know why my caps lock is on. YouTube Park. And we're just going to click Start New. And that will bring us into our park. So I'm using WASD to move around, Q and E to circle like this, and I can also use scroll to do that. By holding down scroll and moving my mouse around, that's how I get to move my camera around. And then of course zoom in and out is just scroll in and out. I do have to mention just real quick that the detail in this game is just phenomenal. It's amazing. So of course, to start off our park, we're gonna need a path. So we're just gonna go over to the path selection over here, and then we're just gonna put a path at each entrance. Let's see what path this is. This is a brick path. So we're just gonna select. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. I think that's, no. Oh, there it is. This is the one. So we're just going to select the brick path. You can do whatever path you want. I'm just going to stick with this path here, the entrance path. And we're just going to put a path kind of connecting the two entrances. And then we're going to try and put a path right in the middle that leads out to the main part of our park. That's not center at all. And to delete the path, if you want to, you just right-click the part of path that you want to delete. So let's say I can also press Z to go at a 90-degree angle and do some cool stuff with the path. But that's if you're doing stuff where you need very precise, or if you want something to look good. So I'm just gonna build out here, even though that's not center at all. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's whatever. So I can also turn off angle snap, which is basically where I can just move the path freely. But if I have angle snap on, it will snap at a certain angle. So I can go 90, 30, 60, 30, 0. And then you can change it by just moving this up and down. Then you can change the length to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to keep it at 1. But 5 is if you need to make big long paths. Width is something that you kind of want to worry about. If it's a big part of the park, then you want to make a big path like this or something. But it's not that big of a deal. There's a line to grid, which will basically just allow you to do something like this, where you can just connect a whole bunch of pieces of path into something like this. And then you can just right-click to delete them. And then you can just press deselect grid. And then now I'll show you, and oh yeah, also to like go up and down with the path. Like let's say you want to build a bridge over a coaster or something, you just drag and hold up. You just wow. I'm just trying to fix this to make it look a bit better. But basically, what you do is you hold left click. You hold left click and then just drag up or drag down. And that will bring your path up from a ramp to stair. And then I can also change I can also move it around, but you have to go into advanced settings, which is over here. And then press curved slopes and then make sure that's checked. But I'm just gonna do this for now. Then I'm gonna flatten it out by holding left click and then dragging downward. Sometimes this can be a bit of a pain, but whatever. Then you can just keep building out, and then if you want to go down back to the ground, and let's say I want to do a ramp like this, I can just go down, 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 and I'll be back at normal path. Now I'm going to show you the terrain editor tools. So if I go over to terrain, I have a whole bunch of different options here. I can pull, which will basically pull the terrain around the thing that I'm building with, like this. I have push, which will push away the terrain. So like let's say I wanted a big pit right here, I could use the push. Or if I wanted to make it bigger or something, like this. And now I'll show you where I'm doing this in a sec. But here we go. Here's a nice hole. I can also use flatten to foundations. Like, let's say I need a flat thing to build a coaster on. Let's just head over to a place in the park where there's some terrain already built in there from when the park spawned. Like, let's say I need a bigger place to build a coaster, or I have some uneven terrain like this and I need to build a coaster like this. I can just flatten it out to make it like super flat so I can place whatever I want here. That's really helpful for doing like building and stuff. Then there's flatten to surface, and then chisel, and then a couple other things. They're not really, I don't use them very much. They're not very helpful, but you can like kind of play around with them and figure them out. But there's also paint. There's a paint tool, so I can select what I want. So like I can use this to paint like a rock or something, or I could paint sand, or I could paint grass, or I could paint like rocky sand like it is here. And I can also change the intensity, which is like how intense the paint is. Then there's water, where basically I can select the water that I want. So like let's say I wanted rough water right here. So you can see the blue line here. That means that I can place water here, but as soon as the line turns red like this, I can't place water. But when the line's blue, I can, like this. And then I right click to delete. And I can go standing water, like this, and then right click to delete. Dirty water, right click to delete. But I'll just place some just nice water here. Just as like I don't know, nice way to enter the park. And if I forgot to mention something about the path, there's a natural path function where basically you can select one of 4 paths. So there's this one, which kind of like paints over where your path is when you place it, and then it has like railings. If I can just delete this, but it will leave the paint when you stop. So you might want to just paint that back over when you're done if you decide to delete that. Then there's the same thing, but except without the paint, so it's just leaving this, but it has railings like that. Then there's the same thing, but except without railings. So like there's no railings there. And then there's that without railings. That's just on the ground too. There's also queue paths, which we'll get into when we start placing rides next video. So yeah. A few other camera function things. If I can just dig a hole, nope, if I can just dig a hole right here, straight down, like that. I'm just gonna go away from this. If I can just go to show more controls here. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of stuff. But, oh yeah, there's also like pause and stuff where I can like pause and nothing will happen. So everything will just go to a standstill. And I can press P again to unpause it. I can press T to enable free look camera, which will basically kind of like increase my frame rate. It'll make it look a lot better, and then I can move slowly around the park like this. I can press shift to move a bit faster. And then the same thing goes like scroll to look around and stuff, and then Q and E to raise up and down. I'm just going to turn that off. And then there's camera torch, which is L, which is basically if you're in a big hole like this. So I'm in a big hole. I can just press L, and it will light up the hole without having to put any lights. So that's helpful. Oh yeah, there's also speed up simulation, which is, oh yeah, I can also use the number keys to select whatever, but it doesn't really matter. But O will speed up the simulation speed. So like, let's say you need money, you can speed up the simulation so you can get money faster, and everything will just happen a lot faster. And then you can just press O to slow it down again. There's lighting. So like, let's say I want it to be 2 in the morning. I can just click that, and then it will set it to 2 a.m. in the morning. Or I could set it to be 12. Or 12 p.m. And then we'll set it to light out. There's undo and redo, which is basically it will just undo your last action, but you can also use Control Z and Control Y. And I think that's it for this video. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next video where we will be talking about placing flat rides and talking about like queues and how to place them and good queue placement methods. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, to save your park, you can just go to settings and then click save park. And then I'm going to do a new park save, and I'm just going to call it YouTube Park, and I'm going to save the park. And then you can also load into another park. So like, let's say I wanted to load into one of my other parks. And I can just click load park, select the one I want to load into, and then yeah. But for this time it's like actually like really me signing off. Bye.